Hello weirdlings, it's December and it's my last video of the year, and that makes me really sad but also kind of nostalgic because I started filming with Weird Girls this year and it was so fun and I really enjoyed getting to talk your ear off about books, and I just wish I could wrap you guys all in a hug and squish you until your eyeballs popped out of your head. I have read 30 books this year. I set a goal of 25, so I feel like this was a really productive year. It's a few more than, 2 per month, math, and how. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys my 2014 superlatives. First one is for best book cover of the year. Well, this is my year, so books that I read this year, my favorite cover was Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendara Blake, and I know I've talked about this cover before. It's like drawn, it's illustrated, I think that's what they call drawn. It's illustrated and it's creepy and it has blood on it, and I love blood on covers, so I'm a big fan. Most outside of my comfort zone, I think, was The Boys in the Boat by Daniel James Brown, which was about the 1936 Olympic rowing team that competed in Berlin. I would never read something like that, except that my book club made me, and so I read it and I did like it. My favorite nonfiction though was Bossy Pants by Tina Fey, because I love that book. I could read it and quote it all the time. And since I read Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, and Mindy Kaling this year, I will rank them. My favorite was Bossy Pants, my second favorite was Mindy Kaling, and my third was Amy Poehler. So now you know. Book that made me cry the most: Me Before You by Jojo Moyes, because, oh my god. Series I started this year, 6. Series I finished this year, 0. Least favorite book I read, The Dinner by Herman Koch, which I didn't hate it, and I read it, I think, in one night or so. So it's probably not really fair, but I'm gonna give it the dreaded title of least favorite book this year. Book that I read the fastest is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me by Mindy Kaling, which I read, I think, in like 2 hours or 3 hours or something. It was good. New author that I discovered that I really loved, well, he's maybe not a new author, but he's a new author to me, Andrew Smith. I read Winger by Andrew Smith and it was fantastic, and I've started Grasshopper Jungle, which was really great too. Book that I read by an already beloved author, I actually read 2. I read Dark Places by Gillian Flynn, which I enjoyed, and I read Panic by Lauren Oliver, which she wrote one of my favorite books, which is Before I Fall. And I also got to see her speak at Texas Teen Book Festival, and she was fantastic. Trends that I noticed in my own reading. I read at least 4 books that I can think of that dealt with teen boys coming to terms with their homosexuality, and I think at least one other where that was like a pivotal plot point, teens and finding out they're gay. There's a big We Need Diverse Books campaign right now, and it's always a nuanced way to learn different viewpoints, but I thought that was kind of odd because I ended up reading them like all right in a row, and I didn't even know that's what they were about going into it. So, favorite crime novel, In the Woods by Tana French. Most challenging book I read was The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, which is super long, and God, if you've read it, they're in Vegas, freaking ever, but it was good, and I'm glad I read it. And here's a breakdown of how my books panned out. I read 3 debut novels, I read 5 fantasy-ish books, I read 13 contemporary novels, and I read 2 nonfiction books, and that probably doesn't add up to 30, but that's all I could categorize. So what I wish I would have done this year is read more books that actually came out in 2014. Every year I feel like I'm just playing catch up. I hear about these great books in the year before and I'm like, I've got to read those, and then I totally neglect what's coming out now. I've got a few things on my bucket list for my 2015 reading schedule. One is to read a lot more books that come out in 2015, so current books. Another is to read a more dense, like non-narrative fiction, nonfiction book. I've been really wanting to read Behind the Beautiful Forevers, but I'm kind of intimidated by it, so I think I might tackle that one. I'd like to read another Pulitzer Prize winner because it's like my goal in life to read all the books on the Pulitzer Prize list, and I've kind of fallen behind on that. And I would also like to read 15 debut novels, so books that are first-time authors in 2015. There are a few books that I am really ecstatic are coming out in 2015. Some that I've read are The Witch Hunter by Virginia Baker, which if you love magic and the Dark Ages and fictitious England, I think you will love. It's fantastic. It comes out in June of 2015. I also loved Conviction by Kelly Lloyd Gilbert, which I know I have talked up to you guys before, but it's literary and deals with baseball and faith, and it's just so well done. It was chosen as an indie next book, and you guys will really love it. That one comes out in May, and I just started City of Savages by Lee Kelly, which comes out in February, from Simon & Schuster's new Saga imprint, which is like crossover between young adult and kind of like sci-fi-ish. And it's really, really good so far. It deals with like a sort of post-apocalyptic New York City. And yeah, so really excited for that one. In terms of what I haven't read, oh, there are so many I can't even name all the books I'm excited about, but I am so excited about Jasmine Warga's My Heart and Other Black Holes, because it's like physics and suicide pacts, and it's supposed to be incredibly well written, so I can't wait. And I'm also excited about Charlotte Huang's For the Record, and that doesn't come out in the fall, so I've got kind of a long wait for that, but I'm gonna try to snag an early copy and let you guys know how it is. So I would love for you guys to play along in the comments, and we'll leave the questions for you, and if you wanna tell us about your year of reading in review, I still can't say it, but we're just gonna go with it. Tell us, and I'll read them and respond, and it'll be fun. That's it, guys. If you like this video, make sure you like it, and even if you don't, like it anyways, because that's the holiday spirit. And make sure to visit us at www.weird-girls.com and subscribe and share things on Twitter and go on Instagram and do all the things on the internet and avoid your jobs forever. Bye. I don't know what I just said.